Now we'll cover adding a network printer in Windows XP. The first thing we want to do is look to see what printers we have installed. So we can go right here to Start and then to Printers and Faxes. And in Printers and Faxes it appears that we've got two printers. But these are not true printers, they're actually drivers. One to write to Document Writer and the other to OneNote 2010. So we can't actually print and get an output at a printer for those. So we're going to add a network printer. I'm going to minimize that because we'll come back and see our network printer added after we add it. So we're going to go to Start and up to Control Panel. Once Control Panel comes up, notice that we are in Category View. I'm going to switch to Classic View to make it easier for me to find Run Advertised programs. So now you notice that Run Advertised Programs is right here, and I'm going to double click it to start Run Advertised Programs. It takes it a minute to come up. Now it's important to make sure we're showing all areas, not the others, and all categories. Sometimes that gets changed and people look for software that they can run or add during Run Advertised Programs. They don't see the same thing that their coworkers see. So this is the way to make sure we see everything. So we're going to scroll down to the ends where Network Printer Install is. I'm going to double click on that to run it. I could click and use Run, but it's easiest for me to just double click. When it comes up, you'll notice there are two things that I need in order to add this network printer. The first is the printer name. That printer name is found right on the front of the printer. If it's a network printer in your workroom or in your quad or shared with someone else because it's in a conference room or maybe even in your own classroom, you'll make sure that first of all it is a network printer because we're adding a network printer. And then you're going to write the name that'll be on a label right on the front. This is not the label that came from the factory, but it's a label that MIS put right on the front of the printer to make it easier for you. So, in my case, it's YN. Let me get in the box. Notice that I had to click in the box to make sure I had a cursor. YNG-04-116M-01P. Okay, I'm going to double check that to make sure it's right. Second thing that I need is I need to know what kind of printer I have. In my case, it's a Lexmark, so I'm going to go all the way down to Lexmark, and I'm going to find the one that is a T640 right here. You'll need to know that for sure. You can't choose the wrong one or you won't print correctly to that printer. Then I simply click Add Printer. Takes a while longer for the Add Network Printer to finish its install. Notice that as long as this is not popped back out, we're not done yet. In a minute you'll see it pop back out. And there it is. Notice it popped back out. Now my printer's installed. I can see that by going back to Printers. If I minimize that, it's showing. If I didn't, I'd have to go to Start, Printers and Faxes. And it shows up. Now, one more thing I need to do. If this is my only printer, I need to set it as my default. So I right click and set as default printer. And I'm done. Now, if you had a problem with adding a network printer, either the printer did not print after you added it or you got some kind of message that popped up, an error message, you'll need to put in a help desk ticket. If you got an error message, make sure you write down all the information from that error message. Along with that, you're going to need the name of the printer, the type of printer, and some other information that's shared with you in how to enter a help desk ticket, which is a video you'll need to watch now if you're going to enter a help desk ticket, to make sure you've got your computer ID, your name, and all the other information that a help desk ticket would need.